Wheresoever Yeshua entered, into villages or into cities or into the country, they laid the sick in the marketplaces and besought him that they might touch, if it were but the fringe of his garment, and as many as touched him were being made whole. Mark chapter 7. And they are gathered together to him, the Perishaya and certain of the scribes, having come from Hierosolymon, and having seen some of his disciples that they are eating their bread with profane, that is, unwashed hands. For the Perishaya and all the Yehudim, except they wash their hands diligently, eat not, holding the tradition of the elders. And when they come from the marketplace, except they wash themselves, they eat not. And many other things there are, which they have received to hold, washing of cups and pots and copper things. And the Perishaya and the scribes ask him, Why walk not thy disciples according to the tradition of the elders, but eat their bread with profane hands? And he said to them, Well did Yeshaiah prophesy of you pretenders, as it is written, This people honoureth me with their lips, but their heart is keeping far from me. But ineffectually they are fearing me, teaching as their doctrines the precepts of men. Ye, having left the command of the God, are holding firm the tradition of the men. And he was saying to them, Ye are very good at nullifying the command of the God, so that ye may keep your tradition. For Moshe said, Honour thy father and thy mother, and he that speaketh evil of father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, If a man shall say to the father or to the mother, That wherewith thou mightest have been profited by me is korban, that is to say, given to God, no longer are ye leaving him to do anything, nothing for the father or for the mother. Ye ones invalidating the word of the God by your tradition, which ye have delivered, and many such like things ye do. And he called to him the multitude again, and said to them, Hear me all of you, and understand. There is nothing from outside the man, which entering into him is being able to profane him, but the things which proceed out of the man are being the things profaning the man. And when he was entered into the house from the multitude, his disciples asked of him the parable. And he saith to them, Are ye so without understanding also? Perceive ye not that whatsoever from outside goeth into the man, it cannot profane him, because it goeth not into his heart, but into his belly, and goeth out into the duct, cleansing all the foods, even if eaten with unwashed hands? And he said, That which proceedeth out of the man, that is profaning the man. For from within, out of the heart of men, evil thoughts proceed, sexual sins, thefts, murders, adulteries, covetings, wickednesses, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, railing, pride, foolishness. All these evil things proceed from within, and are profaning the man. And from thence he arose, and went away into the borders of Tur and Sidon. And he entered into a house, and would have no man know it, and he could not be hid. But immediately a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit, having heard of him, came and fell down at his feet. Now the woman was a Helleni, a Syrophoenician by race, and she besought him that he would cast forth the demon out of her daughter. And he said to her, "Let the children first be filled, for it is not good to take the children's bread and cast it to the little dogs." But she answered and saith to him, "Yea, Lord, even the little dogs under the table eat of the children's crumbs." And he said to her, "For this saying, go thy way, the demon is gone out of thy daughter." And she went away to her house, and found the child laid upon the bed, and the demon gone out. And again he went out from the borders of Tur, and came through Sidon to the sea of the Galilee, through the midst of the borders of Decapolis. And they bring to him one that was deaf, and had an impediment in his speech. And they beseech him to lay his hand upon him. And he took him aside from the multitude privately, and put his fingers into his ears, and he spat, and touched his tongue. And having looked up into the sky, he groaned, and is saying to him, "Ephphatha," which is, "Be thou opened." And his ears were opened, and the bond of his tongue was loosed, and he spoke plain. And he charged them that they should tell no man. But the more he charged them, so much the more a great deal they published it. And they were beyond measure astonished, saying, "He hath done all things well. He maketh even the deaf to hear, and the mute to speak." In those days, when there was again a great multitude, and they had nothing to eat, he called to him his disciples, and saith to them, "I have compassion on the multitude, because they continue with me now 3 days, and have nothing to eat. And if I send them away fasting to their home, they will faint on the way, and some of them are come from far."